Hello and welcome everyone. This is Suresh Kumar and today we are going to have a look at passive voices in English. First we will have a look at when we use the passive voice and then we will have a look at how to formulate passive sentences. So let's start our chapter. The passive voice. What is the passive voice? A sentence beginning with the doer of an action, which is the subject, then verb, then object or person that the action is performed on. This is called an active sentence. In short, an active subject does an action. For example, we played cricket. Here the subject we performs the action. In another example, I like mangoes. In both the examples, the subject performs the action. If we begin the sentence with the object or person that the action is performed on, we formulate a passive sentence. In other words, you can say, in passive, subject receives an action. For example, cricket was played by us. Here, the subject cricket is receiving the action. And in another example, mangoes are liked by me. It should be liked, not like. Mangoes are liked by me. Not. We cannot formulate passive of the sentences having no object. For example, we laughed bitterly. In the sentence, object is missing. The word bitterly is modifying the verb laughed, so it is an adverb. In the second example, I slept well. In both the examples, there is no object, so we cannot formulate these sentences into passive sense. Next, let's have a look at how to formulate passive sentences. We can formulate passive by following these steps. Step 1. Put the object in the beginning of the sentence. Step 2. Conjugate to be form of the verb or helping verb. Step 3. Put the main verb in past participle form or the third form of verb. Step 4. At last put by plus subject. So by following these steps we can formulate a passive sentence very easily. To be forms has been mentioned in below table. So let's have a look at the table. To be form. If there is do, does or verb, first form of verb in the active sentence, then these verbs will be changed into is, am, are. If there is, am, are in active form, then the to be form of the verbs will be is, am, are plus been. If there is has and have in the active sentence, their to be form will be has slash have plus been. I mean to say has or have plus been. If there is did or second form of verb, the to be form will be was or were. If there is was or were in the active sentence, the to be form will be was, were plus been. If there is had, it will be changed into had been. If there is shall or will, these helping verbs will be changed into shall be or will be. Shall have or will be changed into shall have been or will have been. If there is a modal in active sentence, we will have to add modal plus be. We will have to be after it. There are some examples. The gardener is watering the plants. So first follow the first step 1. Put the object in place of subject. The plants. Here the to be form of is. Here the verb in the active sentence, the verb is used according to the subject gardener. The gardener is singular, then the verb also is singular. But in passive, in the plants, the subject is plural. Here the verb will also be in plural form. So are being watered by the gardener. First we placed the object in place of subject, then we placed the to be form, and then past participle form watered, and at last we placed the subject in place of object by the gardener. In next example, she has written the letter. The first step, object will be placed in place of subject, the letter. Now to be form has been. Now past participle, the third step, return, and the last step, by her. She will be changed in its objective case, by her. I can lift this heavy bag. Passive. First step, this heavy bag. Modal can will be followed by the word be. Now third step, past participle form of the main verb lifted, and the last step, by me. This heavy bag can be lifted by me. Pronoun changes like this. I changes into me, we changes into us, she changes into her, he changes into him, they changes into them, you remains you. Now let's have a look at when should we use the passive voice. There are two main cases. When we don't know who the subject is, or it is not so important to know about it, and when it is clear to the listener who the subject is because he usually does it. For example, the mechanic repaired my bike. My bike was repaired. Here it's not so important who the subject is. That's why we didn't mention it in the passive sense. Note: if the active sentence begins with no one or nobody, the passive sentence will be negative. For example, nobody informed me. Passive. I was not informed. Now, how to formulate passive of imperative sentences? To formulate imperative sentences, we will have to follow the given structure. Let plus object plus be plus past participle form. Or the another way to formulate passive sentences, you are ordered to, you are advised to, you are requested to will be used according to the sense of the given sentence. For example, open the door. Imperative sentence. Passive. Let the door be opened. Let plus object the door plus be plus past participle form opened. Or the given sentence can be changed into passive in another way. You are ordered to open the door. Have a look at another example. Who has stolen my purse? Interrogative. Now who will be changed into by whom? By whom has my purse been stolen? Next. Will you post the letter tomorrow? Again interrogative. Passive. Will the letter be posted by you tomorrow? If you follow the given steps, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4 we have mentioned earlier, then you can formulate passive very easily. Active. My father will scold her. Assertive sentence है. It's an assertive sentence. My father will scold her. Passive. She will be scolded by my father. Here, her will be changed into in its subjective case she, and the helping verb will be changed into will be, and then the past participle form of the given main verb scolded, and at last by plus subject will be changed into its object. See, so the sentence will be she will be scolded by my father. Okay, if you like our video, please like and subscribe the video. Thank you.